Alright, so thank you all for coming out. This is Rum Runners. This used to be called Black Shipping Corporation, but it's been through a lot of changes in the last 2.5 years. Just got back from taking this to Gen Con where I got a lot of good feedback. Still working on tweaking this game, so any sort of feedback and data that you can give me would be much appreciated. So the short description of this game is that you all are mob members working to try and make the most money so that you can impress your mob boss. You do this by loading crates that match your player with the colors that match your player aid on this boat to sell at these bars, or selling sets of booze at the speakeasy that you and your mob friends run together.
Excuse me, can I get past?
Oh, sorry. Poke myself in just a little bit. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, you have to stay.
Yeah.
You can't go.
You're trapped. Sorry. So the way this game is played is you're going to have a hand of 8 crates every turn, and you can take as many actions as often as you want until you are out of cards in hand or just no longer want to take actions. You'll pitch everything that's left, draw a fresh 8. The goons that are working the docks are going to add an extra crate to the boat, and we're going to keep going until we've scored 5 full ships, at which point we'll enter the end game, which is just a little bit special. So I'm going to show you every action that you can take during the game, and we'll go from there. So, as I said, there are 2 ways that you can make money in this game. You can load crates onto the ships in order to sell at these bars, or you can sell them at the speakeasy. And the first thing that you can do is load a crate onto the ship. So to do that, you take any 2 crates that match in color. They don't have to match in symbol, they don't have to be your color, they just have to match in color. Discard them to the global discard list. When you do that, you can take any 1 crate and load it at the back of any ship on the board. If they're all empty, you can put it anywhere. If it looks like this, you can only put a crate here, here, or here. Make sense?
Yep.
Alright. So that's one way that you can do that. You want to make sure that your opponent's crates are at the back of the ship and your stuff's at the front of the ship, because the ships load back to front, but these bars buy things front to back. And these bars might not have enough money to buy everything, so it's better to have your stuff up here than to have to pay a penalty in case you ship it out and it doesn't sell. The second thing you can do to make money is you have the speakeasy that you and your mob buddies run. And by discarding 3 crates that match in symbol, don't have to match in color, don't have to be your color, you can score the current value of whatever this is on the speakeasy track. So, say I discard these 3 beer, I would score 2. This would go all the way back to the start of the speakeasy track, which it's already at. And then everything else would get a bit more valuable because it hasn't been seen at the speakeasy recently. So say I sold rum next turn, I'd get 4, and then everything else would bump up, so on and so forth and so on. So that's how you make money in the game. You either load crates up here and sell them to these bars, or you do it at the speakeasy. So there are a few other things you can do to sort of help yourself out or hurt your opponents. First thing you can do is you will notice that on each of your player aids you have a stash. This is your private stash of booze that you are saving up to use later. If you want to add any crate to your stash, all you do is take any 1 crate, discard it, put a card face down your stash. You can do this as many times as you want in your turn until you're out of cards. If you want a card back from your stash, pick up your stash, look at it, take any 1 card you want, put it back in your hand, and then discard a crate. So this is a place you can search. It allows you to do things like set up sets for the speakeasy track, save power cards for later, or, and this is important, once we've scored 5 ships, the cops are going to find out what we're doing with this booze smuggling, and they're going to come knocking, and something called the warehouse raid will start. Once the warehouse raid starts, you're no longer going to draw from this deck at the end of turn. You're only going to be able to draw from your own stash. Your stash becomes your private deck. So if you want to have extra gas at the end of turn, you better be stashing some cards in your stash. Now, remember when I told you that you wanted to have your stuff near the front of the ship and your opponent's stuff at the back? Well, what happens if you're red and you got a crate all the way over here? What do? Well, on your turn, you can discard any 1 crate, and so long as it matches the color of a crate on the ship, you can do one of these. Swap that crate from the adjacent crate. This allows you to move things up or back the ship, whether you're trying to hurt yourself or help another player. What you cannot do is take a yellow and swap it between ships like this. Each ship is their own thing. There is a power card that lets you break that. I will get to that actually pretty shortly. So the final thing you can do with any card you discard from your hand is you'll notice that some of these cards have little special symbols in their upper corner. These are your special crates, and if you'll check the bottom left, they each have their own special ability, and I'll show you what each one does. So, say I've got a board layout that looks something like this, and I play that red X to break a crate. What I'd do is I'd remove this from the board. Everything that's headed it would slide back, but because I just broke one of another mobster's stuff, like, he's not going to be happy with me, I got to pay him a couple bucks to smooth things over. Alright? The plus minus allows you to move any one bead on the market track up or down one space. This allows you to score more on a set you're about to turn in, or make somebody suffer an additional penalty when they fail to sell. Remember when I said that you couldn't move things between ships? The swap symbol, which is this symbol right here, allows you to do something like this. Take any one crate on the board and exchange its position with any other crate. So you can move front to back like this. You can move between boats like that, whatever you want to do.
These actions, do you play them separately?
Yeah, you just discard only that card and then take the action. The plus 3 lets you draw 3 cards from this deck. I hope I don't have to explain what drawing cards is. And the final one is, you'll notice that you have these 3 little eye tokens in front of you. These are your informants. So if you play out one of your informant cards, what you do is you take this symbol and you place it on either a face-down bar or a face-down event. And at that time, you can flip it and you can take a look at this event at any time you want until this boat scores. Alright?
So you just look at that yourself, you don't reveal it to
You don't reveal it to everybody else. You look at it and then you put it back face down and you put one of your markers on it to let you know that you can look at it at any time. So these events do anything from, okay, champagne's going to become more expensive, it's going to completely crash out and not be worth anything. They could try and confiscate all the booze on one boat. A cop could ask for a bribe. He could tell you can't go to this bar, you got to go to another one. It has all sorts of weird effects. But more important bit is what each of these bars do. When you look at the back side of a bar, you're going to notice that each bar has a money value and then a value for what it's going to pay for each type of booze on the ship. So I'm going to load up a few right here, and when this bar flips, if you'll hand me the money tray, thank you kindly. So 25, I'd take 25 from the bank, and then, okay, so gin's worth 5, I pay out of 5. Beer's worth 3, pay out of 3. Rum's worth 6, so on and so forth. Alright? So
that's how many it has at the beginning.
Yeah. So I'm not going to pay this fully out. Say this was all that I had left, and we've got this right here. If it has any money on it whatsoever, it's counted as sold. You don't have to pay a penalty. Anything that does not have something on it at the end of the shipping has to pay a penalty equal to half of its current speakeasy value rounded up, because you just sent booze out to nowhere that got not bought, and it's, you lost money on that. Make sense?
Yep.
Alright. One other thing to note. You'll notice that some of these bars have different colored backs. There are red backs and there are black backs on these bars. Black bordered bars, kind of middling. They've got moderate amounts of money, moderate payouts for each type of booze. You'll never find a type of booze that a black bordered bar won't buy. The red ones can be really, really good. They can be really, really bad. In addition, some of these will have red X's in the spot where it would show you what a booze would pay out. This means that that bar got a bad batch of that booze, and it's not buying it because it made people sick. So it counts just as if it failed to sell at the back of the boat. So we're going to play until 5 bars have scored. Once that happens, the warehouse raid will start, and the rules will change very slightly on that. But we will get to that when it gets there. So what I'm going to do...
One clarification, when you're putting stuff out here, you want to put it of your own color?
So you want to make sure your opponent's stuff is at the back?
Right, but so if I have green, I want to put green stuff out here. Like if I put other colors, do other people score that? How exactly does that work?
It depends. So you can only score off of green crates that are on the ship. So it doesn't matter who put them on, whether it's you or your opponent.
That's the one thing I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who puts them on, so long as it's your color when it's done.
Right.
Alright, so
I've got to put other people's stuff, but you shove it at the back to try to get your stuff.
Precisely.
Okay. But you could be helping them.
You could
Don't
be
know.
helping them. Just
Don't put
depends
any
on.
yellow down. She's mean.
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal out 8 cards to every player, and then traditionally the game starts by a random flip. Whoever's crate is loaded first onto the ship will be first player. Since I'm teaching you, I'm going to force myself to be first player just so I can show you how a couple of hands
Cheating
work.
already.
First player does not actually have an advantage in this game, so. But yeah, you got to watch me. I'm a crafty one. I am not above changing the rules in the middle of the game. Make sure. My first session of the day, I was actually came in last place. So that's not true at
We
all.
lose at our own game all the time.
Yeah, like last Wednesday we had 2 games of ours going on with a bunch of new people, and we both came in last. She was running one and I was running the other, and we both came in. It was like, do we know how to play this game?
Yeah, we clearly don't.
Were y'all doing it downtown at the Playtest Northwest headquarters? Or?
No, we were in Vancouver.
Okay.
At our local game store.
Nice.
This is the first time we've heard of this Playtest Northwest.
I've been doing it off and on with this group for like 6 months.
Well, because this group is based here, right?
Yeah, it's based
So
out of
we're-
Seattle and Portland.
Yeah, we're up in Vancouver, BC. So.
Okay, a little bit north of here.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's your starter hand. And I'm going to play my first few hands face up so I can show you what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. That's not necessary for y'all. In fact, it's probably best if you keep your cards hidden. So I lucked out, and one of the very first cards I got was a draw 3. So I'm going to play that immediately and get more options. Okay, and I am red this game, and that is a safe bar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this informant, and I'm going to take a look and see what this risky bar is about. Okay, that's useful information. Next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, who do I want to pick on?
So you like do all your actions and until you're done?
Until I'm done?
It doesn't go around?
It doesn't go around. I will take as many actions as I can.
With that one hand.
With this one hand, then I discard anything I don't use and draw a fresh 8. So I'll discard these 2 yellow and, I don't know, let's put a green all the way back on this ship.
I think that's a great idea.
And then I'm going to take these 2, and I'm going to load a green all the way back on this ship. And then I will take this one and bury this card in my stash. I don't have to show it to you, I just did since it's already face up. And then I have absolutely nothing I can do with this card. Well, it's a plus minus. Let's make beer a little bit more valuable. Alright, so I'm done. So the goons that work the dock with me are going to automatically load 1 crate onto the most empty ship. Since this ship is the most empty, it goes all the way back there. If there were 2 or more ships that were evenly empty, I'd get to take a look at the crate and then I'd get to choose where it goes. But I will draw a fresh 8. Since those ships are full, we are not scoring anything. Blue will be you to play.
Okay. I'm still. You have to help me out here because I'm not actually sure what I should be doing.
Sure.
These are my cards.
Yeah, these are the cards for this hand.
You load with her.
Okay, so.
But then if you play
I need to play. If I play 2 of the same color, I can.
You can take any other card that's in your hand after you've discarded those 2 and put it on the ship.
Okay. So let me. These out.
All right.
And, I guess we'll just go with this guy.
Okay.
Put him right there.
That works.
Oh, I like this. I like all this green out here. This is good.
Do that again?
Yeah, you can do it as many times as you want,
Okay.
so long as you've got cards in hand to do it.
Alright, and then. Can I do anything with pairs?
You can't do anything with pairs since you don't have a 3rd crate to load. What you can do with a single, though, is you've got 2 cards, so you can discard 1 and load the second one in your stash for later.
Okay.
So that gets discarded,
Yeah.
and then put that face down your stash, and you're done. Now, the goons are going to automatically load back here because it's the most empty. Draw yourself a fresh hand of 8. Yellow will be you to play.
Selling booze is selling one out of your hand.
Yes. Selling a set of 3 to the speakeasy.
And of course, my hand has no beer.
Yeah.
A single one. I was like, oh, we put that one up? No, never mind.
Oh, you sell of that type too.
Yeah, you'd have to sell 3 of a kind in order to score whatever this is.
So there's no real benefit to doing it so early.
You get free points that nobody can mess with. If you put something on the board, somebody can swap your cards around, send you to the back, send themselves to the front. This you can do without anybody messing with you.
I'll do those 3.
Alright, so 3 wine scores you 2. So,
Oh, just money?
so here's 2.
So that one stays down and everything else goes up?
Yep, everything else moves up by 1.
You want this card. So you would trade in these 4, and then you use your 1 skill point to get me. For him. Which would be a good idea.
Yeah. You want to buy this card as well? It goes into your deck. It basically gives you more big kill points and terror points.
On all those cards.
You have to actually use it.
You're supposed to put the green up there. You're not playing it
No, no,
right.
no.
In
You
the
gotta
very
use
turn, you start your whole hand no matter what.
at any time. That's why you put the mark there. Those will come back to your hand after the ship has filled up. And you don't technically run out of them. Like, there are only 3 because the old version of this game didn't have these cards right here. I should put up more.
You know what? I like that there's only 3 because then you have to choose what you're looking at. You don't get to do everything.
That's an interesting thought.
I'm gonna...
Good.
You're not.
Your deck right now.
I think she's playing it perfectly appropriately. I'm just concerned about her not putting reds on the board.
You're not... No, I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay? So, you get a choice where the auto load goes between these 2 spaces. Alright, and then draw a fresh 8, and green will be on you.
You don't want to go like fight with me over there, hey? Alright, well, I'm gonna load a yeller there.
Alright?
And then I'm going to matching the color. So I'm going to swap those 2.
Why you gotta be a pain in my side?
I'm going to load that one.
Okay, you've got to discard a color pair to load on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Pair. Do that. Sorry.
It's good. If you're ever confused, the actions are on your play rate.
I didn't look at
The
it.
color matches, not the symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
color has to match. If the symbols do match, it's fine.
And then I'm going to do this one to swap those. And then I'll play this one. To,
Now, why you gotta be like that?
that's alright, it's not scoring yet.
It's not scoring yet. Alright, so the goons will auto-load. And then you get a fresh 8. And then I get to see how to salvage the situation you put me in.
And his special ability allows you to buy powers for half off.
So the first thing I'm going to do is discard 2 to load a wine here.
Can I only look on my turn?
You can look whenever you want. Like, if I'm looking at it, don't be in my way and looking at it yourself. But at any time you can
Snatch
take
it out of people's hands. I'm looking at it now.
it. I've not had that happen yet. I've also not tested it with many 8-year-olds. There may be a correlation. I will discard this to stash this card. and then I'm done. So I get to choose where the goons auto-load. I'm going to put this right here.
However you want. You don't have to.
I get a fresh hand of 8.
Basically, you just say this is the one you got.
And now we get to find out what happens here. So the event flips first, and it is a market bust on gin. So gin goes all the way back to the start of the speakeasy track, and all gin on this boat are going to sell for 2 less, which means that I'm making much less money off of the gin that I so carefully placed there. And the bar is the Twin Anchors, which is worth 25. So I will go ahead and get 25 ready. 5, 10, 15, and 2 reds. So gin would ordinarily be worth 5, but with the penalty it's only worth 3. Wine is worth 6. Wine is worth another 6. Rum is worth 6. And wine will be paid the remainder of 4, which means that 2 wines, a red and a green, will not sell. We each owe the bank 1, which gets paid out before we take money from the ship. We claim our money. Alright, this clears, goes to the discard pile. These go into discard piles over here. I will pull this back here and form new ones. And we are at 1 of 5 before the warehouse raid starts. And since I was the one that capped it out, Blue, it is you to play.
Okay, so I get this three crates that match symbols.
Yep, so you are scoring beer, which is worth 2. And here is your 2.
Something tells me this one's probably going to pay out before my turn.
And I can...
What, this one right here?
Probably.
Maybe.
Well, I will try.
Let's see, I got 2 more cards to play.
Good.
And these 2.
He's starting a new one.
Yep.
Oh.
No.
No.
So you have to play that card by itself if you want to use the peak ability. You can either load it onto the crate, or use it for its symbol, or use it for its color, but if you want to get the peak, you have to use just this card.
I see, okay. Alright, so...
It's worth money up there, though, so...
Yeah. So there's a trade-off.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Alright, so the goons are going to auto-load here. Draw yourself a fresh 8, and it will be yellow to play.
How would it go if I used my terror points in this card?
So you just consider it just one big pool. So I mean, you got 8 terror points to spend however you want.
And we'll refresh this when we've got to get a new deck.
Buy all 4 of these.
You buy those 2, and you also can get this one for half off right now, which is a power.
It sucks when the draw 3 is your own color.
Yes, it does. Sometimes you've got to make hard decisions.
It's just that it's an option.
Especially considering that champagne.
Champagne generally good. Does champagne pay out more on this?
So most common to least common, most valuable to least valuable. In general, there's some variance.
Some people really like moonshine in this bar.
Yeah. They must be from Kentucky. Yellow's going to make a fair amount of money off that ship. Oh, these go in there as well. Thank you.
So I assume after the end of the game, it's whoever has the most money.
Yep, whoever has the most money is the winner. I can't think of a good tiebreaker yet, but I've only seen a tie happen once in 2 years, so.
Now you got your 6 skill points.
Which is kind of surprising, honestly.
You want to buy one of
Could be something like whoever's got the most stuff loaded out there or something like that.
Yeah.
Stop with the greens. Put the greens out there.
Any cards you want.
No, so the top number for them as well. That's the victory point.
So if I want to swap this,
Yeah.
I'll play a blue card.
Yes.
But does it have to match symbol?
Does not have to match symbol.
So I would just do that.
Yes.
What is this? Who let this happen?
Who let this happen? She mostly constructed that on her own. It was like between the goons and her own effort, this is going to be like
But
all
this
her.
is useless then.
Uh,
Nothing you can do with one card?
You can discard it to swap your yellow a little further up there, can't you?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Well, I
May
mean,
as
rather
well.
than discarding
Yeah,
it, you might
okay.
as well get it up there.
Oh, okay.
No, you totally don't want to do that.
You can blame him for that one.
I'm sorry.
Why you gotta be hateful?
So this is... Oh,
Alright, so that's the auto load. You get to choose where that goes. Here's 4.
So you're okay with yourself?
Please do.
How long have you been working on this game?
What was that?
How long have you been working on this game?
In various guises. It's been in active development for 2.5 years. I had the idea about 4 or 5 years ago, but I actually started saying, you know what, I can actually make this a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought it was done at last Gen Con. I thought it was done at this Gen Con. And I'm still tweaking.
Yeah. The 4 more.
So maybe in a couple of years it'll be done. Who knows?
That's awesome that you gotta go to Gen Con though. We really wanted to go.
Yeah. When we thought about it, like, oh, we should go to Gen Con, like, oh, sold out, never mind.
Yeah, everything.
It's a social trip for me. Every year for the past couple of years, it's been a playtesting trip as well.
Nice. So you were done. Some room here.
Yep.
So we're gonna draw 3. Damn, I like that first turn with all the swapping, but I didn't get any more of those.
Hey, you could have saved him for later.
That's true. I kind of wanted to get all that stuff working out there.
No.
Oh, I don't want to start this because then you're just going to get tons of money.
Start what?
This.
Always resilient.
Let's see. I need to organize these in different ways.
This is yours?
Yes.
This is ours.
Oh, thank you.
7 terror points.
We'll be demoing our game tomorrow and Sunday.
Oh, awesome. I'll swing by and play.
Yeah, sure.
Potentially be like, I'm gonna, you can buy this for 3 and then buy that for 4. And then
Damn it.
buy that for 7.
Of course, the one that I got triples of is this one.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Oh, come on. It's the most common one. Why wouldn't you have triples of it?
Power.
All right. Let's start here. Let's go.
How do you do your halves?
You round up.
2 yellows.
The name was Rum Runner?
Rum Runners.
Damn, I should have used that one. Damn it.
You can do a hand swap. It's fine.
2 reds.
Don't let him do it. He knows
Oh,
how to play
shoot.
games.
He knows how to play games? Okay. I mean, hell, if you're giving me a
Can I-
business card
can I
that says
take-
you designed them, you better know how to play them.
I never.
Can I
No.
change one thing?
No. No.
Rather than putting this one down,
I don't know. Are we going to let him live?
can I put this one down?
Are we going to make him live with his decisions or no?
I don't think I can stop him. So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll put that one down instead.
Interesting.
Then
Then he's gonna put his
I'll
at
do
the
that, put that one there,
Okay, I see.
and then I'll play that red one to swap those.
Next time I'm not going to let you do that.
I warned you.
Damn it, am I going to lose at my own game twice in a row? Alright, so we have the auto load, which goes right here. Draw yourself a fresh 8. And while you're doing that, confiscation. A crooked copper confiscates all gin on this ship they fail to sell unless the bribe is paid.
Oh.
And I will show you how bribing works now. So everybody take your money off the table.
After you die.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put the money that we want to bribe this cop with into our hand.
So we
People
confiscate
who
the
don't
ones.
care,
Yeah, you just do one of these.
Never die, right? They just come back.
And then,
whoever gets higher.
no, it's like if between everybody who bribes you meet that number, then the cop's bribed and he goes away. If we don't meet
you
this,
need a total of 6.
so among the table we need a total of 6 for the cop to be
That's not
bribed.
bad.
If there's ever 3 roads that come
So what does
out
that mean
before
that he will confiscate it? So it pays out, and then he confiscates any things that aren't sold, or it does it before the
It counts as failed to sell. So you have to pay a penalty on it.
Oh, I see what that.
If
Oh,
you
okay,
don't
yeah,
pay
yeah.
him.
Oh, so if you don't pay it, then they confiscate.
Yeah,
Then
and
the
you lose
bar
the money.
buys stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So pick how much you're going to put towards the bribe. I guarantee you I'm putting the full 6 myself in this hand.
If there's ever 3 roads that
You don't want to lose money.
They'll get shuffled back in after, drawing back up.
Is it only affecting this track?
What?
It's only affecting this track?
It's only affecting that track.
So it's just blue and green.
Yep, just blue and green. So
So you better put a full 6. Because he's probably not going to get paid anyways.
depends on if you want to hang on to that. Maybe you just want to let it go and pay the penalty.
Of course, then this might be worth nothing, and I've paid $6 to
Yeah,
keep it there for no
pretty much.
reason.
Or it could be worth 9.
Yeah.
You don't know because you don't have an
Yeah.
informant there.
Yeah, and if it doesn't sell, I have to pay half of that 9 anyway.
Well, you have to pay half of.
Oh,
So you only gotta pay
half
2,
of that,
so.
right. It's not based on that number.
Yeah, right. Blue. 3, 2, 1, drop. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So pay all the money into the bank. And the cop goes away satisfied. So let's see what this is.
Damn cop.
Connie's in. And it's in. So we have 2 failures to sell anyhow.
Oh, that's too good.
Oh, I
that's
love
too
it when it
good.
works out that way. So Connie's in has 35 on
Oh,
it.
that was so good.
Oh, that's
You called it too.
That's so fun when that happens.
I did
All
call
right.
it.
Moonshine
Oh,
pays
Moonshine's
out
worth
a
9.
glorious 9.
That's good.
Beer pays out 5. Wine only pays out 2, not a bunch of winos. But Shine pays out an additional 9 to me. We are skipping Sir not appearing in this gin, and Rum gets 4. Now, the bar has extra money left over. Doesn't matter, the bar's not going to pay you a bonus. They just paid out what they would.
Yep.
All right? So each of you owes the bank an additional 2 because it failed to
I just
sell.
lost $8 in that. Oh.
What?
Well, at least I made more than 8.
Yeah.
All right, everybody take your money. That is ship 2 of 5 before the warehouse raid begins.
You
We
can
will
almost
clear
use
this.
these cards to keep track of it rather than die.
That was how I initially did it.
But then
And everybody says no, you need either a track or a die. And so I'm using a die right now. The next version of this board is going to have a track on it that keeps track of it. Because that's like the one with the feedback. Oh, you can do it with cards. No, we want a track.
Everyone loves tracks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you add a track, if you're only going up to 5, you could just add a track where the sold cards go, and you don't have to add any more components. To the
Yeah,
game.
it's just
Or make this wide enough that you can have 5 here.
right. So what's next?
That was
Who just scored that? You did?
his turn.
Yeah, that was.
All right. So it is now me to play, and no, the goons automatically do it. It's to prevent the goon from automatically always loading it onto the ship that just sailed. So, damn it, you put me in a bad position here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a swap to move my rum over where the champagne was. Because why not? And then I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to make sure mine sells right there. And then I'm going to load this blue back here and be done with my turn.
Alright.
So the goons will load. I will draw 8, and we see the event first. Confiscation of
Hey, you moved
champagne.
that out, yes!
You got lucky.
Thank you.
All right, nobody's got champagne on the ship, so let's do our bribe.
Does it matter?
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is the hideout, which is worth 30.
Come back to you later, but
So we've got those, and I will pull out 10 here. We got a 5, and we've got 10. Yellow is going to make bank on this, I already know.
Yep.
So we've got 4. Gin's worth
6,
Rum's worth 6.
9,
Shine is worth 9.
7.
7. Okay, gotta make change. 5 yields 7.
6.
6, which means it pays out the remainder, which means that the wine and the gin fail to sell. So you pay the bank 1, you pay the bank 2. All right. So that's that. Everybody take your money.
Not gonna have anything on there.
And that is 3 of 5 before the warehouse raid starts. All right. And that was my turn, which means it's blue to play. And then let's go ahead and get me 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, I did that wrong. That was an extra for that. All right.
I can play here.
Yes, you can.
What's he gonna
I can play here again.
Sure.
total of 5 terror points because of these 5 terror points every 5.
Yep. That's 2 different ships. You can't do it between the ships.
Oh.
Yeah. You can only do it up and down within the ship unless you have one of these symbols.
Oh, okay. So I can go. What's the purpose of me swapping these like that?
To move your own color up.
Yeah, you want to move your own color towards the front and your opponent's color towards the back, because it sells front to
So
back.
you would have to ditch a red to move yours to the green.
Or you could ditch a blue to move it up.
Either one of the colors.
But I want to get to the head of the ship, right?
Yeah, you want to get to the head. You want to get your
you
stuff
could
at the head
discard a
of the
green
ship.
or red. You could, or sorry, not. Yeah, you want to discard a blue or a red to get your blue further up in the front.
Alright, let's do that.
All right, so you're discarding a blue.
And then if
Actually,
you have a green,
I'm going to make one suggestion.
Yes.
If instead of putting this green one down, you put your blue down. Oh, no, wait, never mind.
It depends on.
Because then you can't. Well, yeah, if you put your blue down instead of the green, then you could discard that green to get your blue. Oh, no, wait, but it wasn't up there yet.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Math is hard.
I forgot that it had already been switched. So.
Yeah.
And the last one I can stash, right?
You have to discard a crate to stash, and so that card's probably just going to go away. Except what you can do is, you see this yellow, you can swap that back and move your blue up one more space.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to do that? Go ahead.
And then that goes away. So the goons will automatically load to the most empty, which is there. Thank you. Draw yourself a fresh 8, and it'll be you to play, y'all.
Stop attack cards from hand.
All right, after. All right.
Damn it.
Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. So now you know what's going on.
I like to play the crapshoot.
That.
I don't want to know what's going on. Just ship it out as fast as you can. So in the last round, you could put other people's crates out just when it's about to end to make them pay money, can't you?
Precisely. That's the other use of your stash. Because, yeah, the cops are coming. And if the cops find your stuff, they're going to break it.
So you just ditch all their stuff out there and run.
Precisely.
Watch, wine's not going to be worth anything.
She knows what it's
Boom,
worth.
boom. Oh yeah, I guess she wouldn't be doing that unless.
Don't forget about your.
Are you gonna put all mine way back there?
Or about 6 because it's all over your special bill. So you got 6 there. You got 2 from it, but you also get +2 there, so 6.
All right. Okay, so the goons do the auto load. You get a fresh 8. And evidently, it's smooth sailing for this boat. Nothing happens.
Is it though?
Oh, it's not smooth sailing because we know where it's going.
Yeah.
It's going to the Blind Pig. Oh, trade you. Thank you. And the Blind Pig is not a very wealthy bar. It's only worth 10. Oh, damn, I'm 1 out of the money. So wine's worth 3. And gin's worth 3. And wine's worth another
You
3.
have something to like swap your champagne out of that track.
And you get bought. But I have to pay the bank 2.
Yeah,
And yellow, you're going to have to pay a total of 5. Alright. And I pay 2. Everybody take your money.
So I get to collect this one, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to suggest you to put your blue one out here, but
I had to put money there because I knew I was losing money.
Yeah, I saw that.
but thank you.
All right.
Thank you for putting some greens out there.
And that is 4 of 5
Fun and games.
before the warehouse raid begins. And yellow just scored that, so it's green to play. And if you don't mind, I'm going to color you out because you're hoarding all the singles.
Sure.
Somebody made a less than, clean remark about that at Gen Con, but I'm not going to get into that.
That's 2.
Yep. So here's that. And with this being 10, here's a blue. One of my players said, quit holding on to the stripper money.
So is it my turn?
No, yellow just scored, so it's green to act.
Right, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to block one of them with that. So I'm going to start, but I still got
Okay.
to take the lead card.
There's that one.
Enough to, if you ever have one extra.
Just in case people screw stuff up, I'm going to make it so that I don't pay out so much.
Ah. All right, do the auto load. Draw yourself a fresh 8.
I mean, 3, please.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and send one of my informants this bar.
Oh yeah, that's a red one. I probably shouldn't have loaded that one up so much.
That's the same amount of value either way you want to go for it.
So I'll discard 2 and load that. Then I'll discard 2 and load that. Then, because yellow's ahead of blue, I'm going to give blue a little help and send you back. So sorry. Alright, so that goes there. This gets auto-loaded. I draw a fresh 8. And the event.
So Spar has 5 extra to spend.
Oh, it's a rich bar.
35.
And it's Kelly's Palace. Unfortunately, all beer and all moonshine will fail to sell. So it's got 40 to spend and not that much to spend it on.
35.
35, thank you.
Hey, I might actually get money.
So
Yeah,
that's
with all that
5.
stuff not selling? Yeah.
Mine's worth 10.
That's 7.
Yeah. You will have to pay out 2, though.
That's 7.
Yeah, but this is worth 10.
And that is worth 10.
Good thing I had all
So-
that extra money.
Everybody with beer, pay 1 to the bank. And then Shine, you pay 2.
This is stuff just floating there, right?
That is yours. I colored you up.
Right now.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't remember having that many reds and blues.
Yeah, I colored you up. Everybody take your money. And the warehouse raid now starts.
Yeah.
Which means since I was the one that scored that, Green, you are first to act in this phase.
So how does this all work? You,
So this is how the warehouse raid works. Everybody who has a stash, shuffle it now.
I did.
Just you.
I
This
figured
is
it was
gonna be-
important, but I didn't get a chance
This
to do
is
the
going to be
stash.
a very short phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the discard. Okay, so this is how this works. The cops are coming. You know they're coming. You have to take at least 1 action on your turn or you run from the cops. Okay? Any ships that fill, still sail. Alright? But at the end of this round, once everybody has run from the cops, anything that's left on the ship gets busted up and we have to pay a penalty on it. So you either build towards shipping 1 out, or you start putting your opponent's stuff off here where it's not going to go. You have to take at least 1 action. You don't have to take all of your cards, just 1.
Why does it start with him?
Because I was the one that scored and play reverses direction. So the people that have been screwing with me all game, I get to screw with. But as I said, you take at least 1 action or run from the cops. You don't discard your hand at end of turn. You just draw back up to 8 from your stash, which doesn't exist. So,
Throw a blue one there.
so we're gonna try and get that one done, maybe. Yeah.
We do everything?
You can do as much as you want, but you can say, I'm done, and let the next person take their turn, and then wait for it to come back around to you to spend the rest of your cards. So it's a how much do you want to spend right now game.
Right.
What happens
If
after
I
this
pass,
phase?
so I will get.
After everybody runs out of cards, the game's over. Whoever has the most money wins.
And so if this fills up before people are done all their actions, does it pay out?
It pays out.
And then people finish their actions, or
It pays out, and then people just keep going until we're all out of cards. Like, if we had like really big stashes, we could fill up 2 ships and just play as normal.
Right.
But we don't have really big stashes. We have non-existent stashes.
okay. In that case, I'm going to throw a yellow out. Wait. I'm going to throw a red out.
Interesting. Do you think that one's not going to go?
And then
Oh.
those. I didn't want to stick you so far back. You're going to lose a lot of money that way.
You are a wonderful person. Now, you don't have to do anything with that yet. You can just say, I pass, and see if you can use it next turn.
All right. Here we go. And remember how nice I was to you.
All right. Guess who's selling Shine for 6?
Oh, good job.
Nicely done. Shine
I've
goes
had
back.
a couple of these pluses, but I just didn't have the nice combination of cards to use it.
Yeah. The plus is actually going away in the next version of this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
So the other
like it.
I like it.
the other powers are remove somebody's crate, which is potentially an 11-point swing. Swap somebody's crate with another one, which is another 11-point swing. Draw 3 cards, which is another full action, or peek, which gives you information, make money. The plus minus is a 1-point swing,
Unless you adjust these numbers.
unless I adjust those numbers.
Yeah.
Which,
Because I've been finding this gives you a lot more than,
Yeah.
because you have to do 3 cards to
Yeah.
do that.
I wonder if you just.
But it costs you 3 cards to do everything here as well. It just depends on
But
what 3
these
cards.
icons don't need to match. This
Right.
is harder. I wonder if you just kill the first 2 rows and make everything just worth more.
It's
because
possible.
the track hasn't moved that high yet.
Here's the thing. This is the first game that I've not seen anything cap out here.
Oh, okay.
Normally,
Well, 'cause
at
people-
least 3 or
people
4
are
things
buying,
cap out and then get scored
Yeah, we've been
based on.
focusing more on this part.
Well, I haven't
Yeah.
gotten the combos
Yeah.
to sell stuff.
And every
And-
time I get combo, it's these 2, and I don't want to use it.
And also, nobody's been using their stash to save up the higher
I know,
numbers.
and then I was thinking like halfway through the game, I was like, I should have been stashing all the champagne
Yeah,
because it'd be worth it now, but it's way too late to start doing it.
right. Yeah, this has been the first game that I've seen in a while where the stash didn't get used and this didn't get used. So this is interesting, but this is very much an anomaly.
Get them to draw cards which are called sequel cards, which basically
But I will consider that because, as you said, like some of this is a little ticky-tack and not as valuable. So I'll give it a thought as far as adjusting the
Yeah,
value.
because this round, I had 3 of these as well, but it just wasn't worth selling.
Right.
Yeah. And I've had 3 of these and 3 of these, and again, they just weren't worth selling.
cards take 3 damage.
Like if I could get one of my things out here, probably get maybe $5-7 from it.
Right.
$2
Unless somebody.
ditching 3 cards to get 2 here is like not as much.
But it's non-interactive, which means that it doesn't matter what happens out here. Nobody's going to screw you if you're going with this.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the tension between, do I take the cheap, easy points, or do I score stuff to work towards bigger points, or do I take the risk?
One thing rather than like just taking out the whole front rows, you could just maybe make the spread a little bit bigger. So like have these higher numbers a little higher, but leave these ones and just adjust the ones in the middle just so.
Yeah.
But again, in games that, like you say, where people are using this more, that could become really big. And it's already, looking at those numbers, those are already fairly decent.
Plus, the penalties are harsher if you get the numbers bigger.
Swapping?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey!
I can get more cards by playing this.
Yep, you draw off of this deck still. Also, damn you for having my champagne.
Also, I don't know.
How many champagnes of each color are there in the deck? Just 2 of each.
2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6.
Number of different colors of each of the symbols. Like there's 4 of these yellows.
I guess we'll move the beat up one.
Okay, which beat?
Wine.
Okay, wine goes up.
Played down till we killed the last one, and how to know the game come to an end type of thing. But I'm gonna
I guess swap this one.
Nice.
Swap this one.
Hey!
Nicely done. What? He's not messing with my stuff.
Nope.
Alright, no worries.
Like 3 cards.
Oh, another draw 3. Nice.
I tried to drop it.
There we go.
And if you would
Well, I'm gonna
like,
drop a
you
bit
can
more. Please don't sell.
go on one of those and turn in by the end of the con. They will give you a ticket, and you might have a chance to win a full game.
Really? Oh, I thought it was doing way better than Why did I try to help you? I should have shut you down.
Way ahead of us.
Is he?
No, I am not. I only have 38. You are currently sitting right near me. You're like 39.
I'm 38.
Oh, damn, this is a close one.
I think I'm going to lose out on this, though. Because all my stuff got shuffled to the back. I should have just left my stuff off of there and just spread out other people's stuff.
Okay, I guess.
He still gets a turn, so we're screwed.
Yeah, kind of. I get a turn and I've got cards. So I may actually win that. Oh, damn. Putting the hurt on people. Alright. So you run from the cops because you're out of cards.
Okay. What,
Yeah, I should have waited with my cards. Like, I should have put a couple things out.
What does that imply?
That means that you're done scoring for the game. Like, these will still make you money, but you can no longer take actions because you're out of cards.
And then once everybody else is done, that's when you
Yeah.
score.
Oh, sorry. This is about as far as I can go, man.
Yeah, everybody, we're all squeezed in here.
All right.
We've trapped you.
Trying to make it back. All right. So I'm going to discard these 2 and load this here. And then I'm going to discard these 2 and load this here. And then I'm done for the moment. So I draw. Confiscation. Wine will be confiscated unless you bribe worth 5. Let's see. Am I going to help out with this one?
I know. Like,
It's between you and Blue.
kind of funny, definitely seeing the differences between 2 to 4 players.
3, 2, 1. He's going to keep it. All right. The cop goes away.
2 players.
Yeah, well, it's probably...
Oh yeah, no, it was no longer.
It is the Sport Club, which is worth 30.
So I hold on to these and give them to the bank.
You give them to the bank.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's mine.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Paid how much it was.
Basically just sending
So that's 4.
So when it's a bribe, does it count everybody's together or is
Everybody's
it
together.
Yes. Okay.
So you can overpay, and that's fine, or 2 people could have thrown out 2 there and wouldn't have gotten
So
paid.
you could like hope that other people chip in, or
Yeah. Or somebody can say, oh yeah, I'm totally in on this, and then fake you out.
kind of like you tried to do in the first one.
Yeah. Because I'm a nice person like that. 2, 7,
No, 8. Whatever's left.
whatever's left, and
I got some money.
wine, you got to pay out 2. All right, everybody take your money.
I didn't expect to get some
That's kind of what I was.
money out of that.
Yep. All right.
I didn't get enough because you got more than me out of that.
Yep. And now you've got 1 card left. What you want to do?
I'm going to.
All right, you run from the cops. You run from the cops. You've run from the cops. What do I have left?
I think you should put 4 cards down here right now so that I can try to get some cash.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the resources to do that. But what I do have the resources to do is remove my own rum from the board. And then I'm going to pay myself 2 for breaking my own crate. And I'm done. I run from the cops. So at end of game, I owe the bank 6. So that's going to be 4. And you owe 5.
Oh, not enough.
And that will be the game.
Not enough.
45.
So you start with the cards and choose it.
36.
42.
Oh, close.
What are the red first?
5.
11 then.
All right, 11. How much do you have?
36.
Did you say 46?
36.
36.
Just say 46 here.
Yeah, totally.
Here,
46.
Totally 46. All right, so that is the game.
I like it.
I like it.
All right. So we've mentioned the speakeasy track and potentially changing that. What other thoughts
Yeah,
y'all
I mean,
have?
I wouldn't change anything because you've probably played it
Yeah.
more, where people are using that more.
I mean, it's additional ideas to take into consideration. Like,
Yeah.
you're not the only ones that have said that, but other people have also said they really like it as is.
I mean,
And
because
it's all
we've
luck
only
of the draw, too, right?
yeah,
Every
and we
game
only
is-
played one game, and we weren't using one aspect of it, so it could make a bigger
I
difference.
made use of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you made use of it.
I brought the one down to make sure I wasn't paying out as much. So
That was a good
that
idea.
was one thing.
What'd you think?
It's good. It's really good. It took me a long time to actually like understand the gameplay, but I think once I did, I like it. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Second and third playthroughs go much quicker. Like, this took about an hour to teach. Second playthroughs, even in full group, are like 30 minutes.
Has it been an hour? How did anybody time it?
I started teaching right at 4:30, and if I'm not mistaken, it is 5:30, almost on the nose. So,
The end of the game.
It seemed to go a little faster. Like in my head, it didn't seem like an hour.
hey, that's a good sign. It's like, oh, it didn't feel like it was an hour.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all. So Playtest Northwest.
Yeah, I like how these combinations go.
Yeah, like this
events
was
and
so fucking funny.
Oh yeah,
It
and
was
that
like,
one that
Oh, that was so
I
good.
called it too. I like threw all the money in. I'm like, now watch, it's not going to be worth anything.
Yep, and the
Boom.
immediate
It
boom.
wasn't
So
worth
good.
anything.
So funny.
Yeah, I ended up paying out $8 for that thing just to keep it there.
Just to keep it there, and just to keep it where you had to pay a penalty on the play.
Yeah, I could have been down 2, but instead I decided to go down 8.
See, you could have won if it wasn't for that meddling flip.
Yep.
So as far as the kill points go,
Yeah.
specifically,
Do you have a questionnaire that you want me to?
Oh yeah. So Playtest Northwest asked us to get everybody to fill these out. This gives us more structured feedback, as well as if you'll turn these in up front, they will give you a raffle ticket and you can win a free game maybe. And so that's always fun. The very first time I came to do this, I came as a player, not as a playtester, and I won a game after demoing only one game. So go me.
What's the date today?
Today's the 19th, I believe. Let me confirm that on my phone. Yes, 8/19.
now you're going to see the card list. That's an overall.
Can I write almost here?
Yeah, please feel free. Anything you want to write on that, I get those sheets back, so anything you write down will be helpful.
What did I say I had?
I believe you had 42.
Game is actually when you hit the bottom. Yep, when you hit the bottom of the victim deck, yep.
So what time is y'all's game tomorrow?
We have a slot at 11:30 and one at 4:30.
11:30. Good. I think I can wake up by then.
Yeah. I know. I chose a later time so I wouldn't have to wake up early.
It's like
What was it called again?
Rum Runners.
Rum Runners.
Yeah, I totally think you won just because you went first.
Yep, absolutely.
Big
It was
X
that
right there.
cheating right there.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, I'm totally just going to be first player to show you how this
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
Don't believe the man behind the curtain.
Here about the cards you have. Shuffle them up, draw 5.
Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay. 5 here.
Go ahead, put your 5 cards down, let's go for it. Yeah, on your turn, there's no reason not to have your day. So, you got the value also for,
So have you tried it where everybody takes actions in order? And that just doesn't work as well, or is it slower? Or?
It's a little slower, and the entire because of the high variance in what you get out of this, and the fact that you want to because the hand discard getting a fresh 8 every turn is kind of the core way to keep people from getting really screwed with a bad hand.
So what I was,
maybe I'm
like
not
what I mean is like if you take a turn, you don't draw. It's just like everybody gets their 8. Everybody takes turns until everybody's out of cards.
I actually have not tested that.
Yeah, so it's basically the same way. It just changes up. Instead of everybody dumping all their actions, everybody does all their actions until they're out of cards,
Like
and they can't go anymore. Yeah. Like I could see that slowing it down a little bit, but
it's not like
I didn't find that the game seemed like it was long at all, or that
it actually prevents people from going bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and that's the one thing.
Yeah. The thing is, that's kind of intended, because it's like once things get in this range, you're aware that there is a threat that, hey, the next person to go could.
I mean,
drop
and
out.
that could be good.
Or you can limit it to 3 actions or 2 actions, and then move on.
Right. I'm going to write those down because those are interesting to test. I'm going to have to do that with my home group.
Speaking of questions, what was the name of the game?
Rum Runners.
Rum Runners. And how long did we approximately?
We played for 1 hour on the dot.
1 hour, 60 minutes. Perfect.
I do see your point, though, as far as, that would prevent the heavy spikes where somebody just goes, oh, draw 3, 1, 2, 3, score.
And though, like, if you look at the scores, we were pretty even, so it doesn't seem like that hurt the scoring at all.
Where did you have this made?
Inkedplaymats.com. So much easier than trying to get like a GameCraft or somebody to actually print out one that's of the right size. It's like, oh, this fits, this rolls out, I can set and go in 5 minutes with something like this and just throw it anywhere. Plus, it's just a playmat if I want to play cards. So. And this is 8:19, and this was the 4:30 session. So that's another question, because this is one of the new things I introduced fairly recently. What did y'all think of the blind drop mechanic for the bride?
I thought I like
good.
that. Yeah.
Because sometimes it forces people to spend extra money.
Yeah.
The initial
Yeah.
pass.
What was your score?
My score was 46.
46.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I didn't spend that 6, I would have won.
Yes.
Yes, but also using Terraform combined these two here on the side for each competition. Usually at most you will only have one more.
I'm not even sure what my favorite part of the game is. Did you put?
I like the discarding part because it makes you really think about what you have to do.
Yeah.
It's like you might have a really good hand of all the cards, but you have to ditch some of them to use.
San Juan style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the first time we played Race to the Galaxy, I was like, I hate this. I don't want to get rid of these cards. Like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to hang on to this. I want to hang on to that. But I gotta fucking get rid of these. Yeah.
Race for the Galaxy. I missed that game.
I haven't played that in a while.
Like, I bought every expansion for that game because
I hear
I
the
loved
expansions aren't nearly as good as
They
just
are
the
not
base
nearly
game,
as good as the base. The first X-Pack was pretty good, and then it just started going downhill from there. I like playing with all of them.
Yeah.
I got my home group to play that game with me once, and then it was
Yeah,
just
like, we bought it. We played it once,
Yeah, I think we played our copy once.
and then yeah, we just kind of went on to other things. We didn't come back to it yet.
that's the problem when you've got so many games. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've got this entire backlog that's still sealed.
Yeah, like on New Year's, I tagged all the games that we owned, and we tagged everything with yellow stickers that have been played before but not played this year.
Right.
And then any new game gets a pink sticker. And so every time we play a game, we remove one. So this way we know which ones have been played this year, which ones haven't been played, which ones have never been played.
Right.
Yeah. Because you always end up with like 5 or 6 games that have never been played. It's like, oh, let's buy a new one. I know we haven't played these other 4, but let's get this new one. It looks fun.
Yeah.
Then you're like, it's like, oh god, we have a backlog that have never been touched.
To be fair, some of those games will just never come off the shelf. Like, I've never found a group that wants to play Diplomacy with me.
Oh my god, there's a guy in our group who always wants to play that.
Yeah,
And
because
every
I've
time
got
he
the
says
really, really old, like it's about this tall, and it's like this,
Oh, nice.
and it's got like the wooden pieces.
Uh-huh.
I've got that copy, and every time we were like have a group together, he's like, how about Diplomacy?
And everyone just laughs.
Yeah.
And he's like, why does everybody always laugh? I'm serious. It's like, because we don't have 7 hours to play this game.
Because we don't have 7 hours, and we'd like to like each other at the end of the night.
We will play it. But we'll do it when we have a specific group who are into it and we have enough time. Well, there's a few kind of economic-y games. Well, the Nautilus Industry kind of has something similar.
How do you spell that?
Nautilus.
Well, I'll probably just hang out here for a few more minutes and probably